was told by a clothing retailer that sold men's and women's clothes that I couldn't shop on the other side if I wanted to work there.
Crazy that I'm actually out here at this outlet to go back to this store that I worked at that had a problem with the way that I dress. Well-known clothing store. I decided to apply for it because it was something that I really, really enjoyed wearing. I showed up to the interview, dressed how I normally dress, got the job. Once I got the job, at orientation, they said that I couldn't work there if I wore men's clothes. Or in so many words, I couldn't work there if I shopped the other side. So I left and I walked out and I walked back to the car, literally like, how can I get a job and then have to go through that? I just was kind of devastated, but you know, I'm a really spiritual person, and I was like, well, you know, God, let your will be done. It had to be for a reason. And before I got to the car, they called me back and was like, well, you know, can you come back in? I was like, okay. Came back in, and the hiring manager was like, I guess some things got to change. So of course, you know, I'm hyped. I'm like, yes, this is great. You know, I guess it is, some things got to change. I worked. I felt like I had did something amazing because I just kind of stood up for myself and stood up for what I believed in. And I was like, this is great. I worked 5 shifts, five. And I was never put on a schedule again. Not told why, just never was put on a schedule again. But I know why, which is why I wanted to start this campaign called Shop the Other Side. Here we go. What's crazy is when I always come in, I always look to see if there's anybody in here like me. But there isn't. Huh? Oh, I just got in here. Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you for asking. One thing I did notice, still the women's section is still so much bigger than the men's side. I wonder if that's on purpose. Probably is. But what I thought was interesting is that a lot of more people asked me if I needed help, where before, nobody really said much. To have somebody film me shopping the other side, I wonder if they asked me, do I need any help because somebody was filming me? I think that's exactly what it is. I think that's exactly what it is, because now it looks like, who is this person? Somebody's following her around with a camera. Who is this person? We got to make sure that we say something to her because we never know. So now I got it. So you got to have a camera with you? Is that what it is? I'm a button-up type person, so I always love different button-ups. This is cool. I definitely would rock this. The whole outfit, actually. Nice button-up, some pants. Love graphic tees. Absolutely love graphic tees. Crazy how polos are just out here, everything, because when I worked here, I remember being took around the store and pointed out what I could wear and what I could not wear. So it seemed like something is progressing, even when it came down to seeing jeans that were more hyper stretch, you know, on both sides, which I thought was interesting too, because when I worked there, they didn't have that. I'm thankful to see the progression, but I still don't see the representation. I still don't see the representation. I know a lot of people who are like me that shop in that store. I know a lot of people who like to blur like the gender lines, who like to shop the other side. Another thing that I look at is I look at around and see if there's any pictures or any posters or models of somebody like me, and I don't see it every time. I look to see who's in here and I look to see the pictures. I'm looking around at like billboards, I'm looking around at posters that represent different brands, and we're just not there, you know? And so I wanted to create the Shop the Other Side campaign because it's a need. And it's to give voice to the people who are not afraid to dress whatever way they choose to express themselves, you know? I'm tired of feeling like I gotta dress and be uncomfortable to make other people comfortable. Why do I gotta make other people comfortable when I'm comfortable in my own clothes or what I decided to buy, right? But if you are currently the one who shops the other side, then I wanna hear from you. I want you to take the time to literally go and shop the other side and get somebody to film it and see what happens. So I wanted to create this to give awareness to people who shop the other side, and hopefully some of these clothing stores will pay attention to the stories and they'll give more representation. Hopefully one day they won't have a left and right side or a women's and men's side, you know? Hopefully they won't have that. It'll just be one side, one part of the store you can just shop. But I want you guys to literally have the time to use your voice and talk about your experience when you shop the other side. For the Shop the Other Side campaign, to get the feature, what I want you to do is just record yourself shopping the other side in whatever store that you choose, and then tell me about your experience in doing so. How'd you feel? How did people respond? What was really going on, so we can see? And hopefully this will spark the conversation and give us representation inside of those stores, especially those stores that you love, where you shop the other side. Still waiting for the day that there'll be an androgynous model up here. Either a woman who is wearing men's clothes, or on the other side, a male who's wearing feminine clothes. Maybe I'll be the first one, we'll see. But until then, shop the other side.